friends. So hopefully it works this time. I had filmed a intro and then some of the end parts of this video, and had been talking to you and like sharing the results of the cake and whatnot. And I was editing just now, trying to get the video up and ready for tomorrow, and it was so muffled I thought my camera was tore up. Like, the quality is still good, but the volume was messed up. And Nolan was like, your microphone's probably dirty because you'll never clean your camera. And I was like, I don't, but I use this thing very frequently. Like, I've been using this for the last 5, almost 6 years. I think I got it like a couple months into my YouTube, but I use it a lot. So if it does go down, it's lived a good healthy life, but I'm gonna be sad. But anyways, we cleaned the microphone, toothbrush, not toothpaste, with toothbrush, and then some of the car gel, and I think it's working. Fingers crossed. But anyways, on this video we're gonna be making I wanted to make some homemade chocolate pudding. I was on the treadmill and watched Kim from the Wads make some homemade vanilla pudding, and I was like, that looks so easy. So I was gonna make vanilla, and then one thing led to another, and I'm gonna make chocolate. Spoiler alert, it is delicious. I want to make some chocolate pudding, and then I couldn't just make pudding. I had to do something with it, and so we're gonna make like a chocolate marshmallow poke cake and put it on it. Y'all, it is delicious. The entire family tore it up. It was completely gone. I mean, I made half of one, but it is completely gone by the next day. Wendy doesn't like chocolate cake, and she was devouring it. Nolan is my sugar kid. Like, I always say if drywall had sugar in it, he would be eating it, but he really liked it. Lily really liked it. John really liked it, and of course I really liked it. I'm not a good judge of this stuff great or not, because I like most things, but this is absolutely delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump in here, hoping that this mic is working again, and share this delicious recipe and experiment with you. It's a good one. All right, so I'm only gonna make half the recipe since we're just kind of making this up kind of as we go. It's one of those things, as long as the pudding is good that we're gonna make, I don't see it's gonna be bad, because it should be good. Science. So I have half a cake mix here from where I made half of it making something else. I don't know. We're only going to do a half. That's what I was trying to get at. So that, should test run, less waste and whatnot if it's not good. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to use half the cake mix and then use half of whatever it says on the box. Calls for 3 eggs, and I'm just gonna add, so it would add 1.5, and I'm just gonna add 1 because I don't have any small eggs, and our chickens aren't laying. You see me get the last one out of that pack from Walmart eggs. They're not currently laying much. I think it's been a couple days since we got any eggs. I might go out there and find 4 now, but I don't want to waste. That's what I'm trying to say. We don't have many eggs from our chickens. That was my last store-bought egg. And I don't want to be wasting half an egg, and I don't have no intention of making eggs today. So we're just going to call that good enough. Even if it's a little thick, it's not going to matter because we're going to add some goodies to the top. So it will be just fine this way. So I got my oven preheating. I'm going to get this cake in here. We're gonna get this baked, and while this is baking, we're gonna make the pudding. So, alright, while we get the cake baked, I'm gonna go ahead and get the pudding made, because when I pour it over the marshmallows, I don't want the marshmallows to melt. I can't decide. The cake has about... I got all of my ingredients gathered to make the pudding mixture. The cake has 12 minutes. I think I want to wait until the cake has like 5 minutes, and then get this three together. That way it can slightly cool while we add the ingredients to the top of it. I want the marshmallows to get soft and gooey, but I don't want them to like melt. So I'm trying to decide how long I want to wait to make the pudding so that it is still warm when it goes on top, so that it just, you know, it levels out easily. Or does it need to be warm? I don't think it needs to be warm. We're gonna make the pudding now. Final answer. Okay, so since I decided we don't want it to, we don't need it to be warm. Okay, we don't. We're gonna top it with some Cool Whip anyways, I think. So we don't need it to be warm. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I found my chocolate pudding recipe on All Recipes, and it seems super easy, which is what we like. Like, I didn't realize how easy homemade pudding was. I watched Kim from the Wads, and she made vanilla pudding, and I was like, girl, that is so easy. Why have you never made homemade pudding? So here we are. But I wanted to do a chocolate variation, so we could do like this little s'more kind of thing going on here. So that's what I grabbed. And I will link the recipe down below in case you want to try it. Okay, it's obviously going to be a little bit more than I need, but it's okay. We'll call that good, since a little bit less since we did pour some in. Alexa, add cornstarch to shopping list.
Cornstarch is now on your shopping list.
Salt part.
All right, I've got it.
That scared me there for a minute. I thought I was putting the pepper in there. We would have still went with it. It would have just been a spicy mix. Where's my... Now, my guess is this is going to taste almost like a chocolate gravy, or if you make no-bake cookies, that chocolate goodness before you add the oats and peanut butter. I think that's what this is going to taste like. It would be completely fine with me if that's how it tastes. Now we're going to add in our milk very slowly. And we need 2.5 cups of milk. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up our glass measuring cup here with 2. Did I add the sugar? I did. I did. And then just do this as our half. Less math that way. We all know that's not my strong suit. In my defense, it probably could be. As soon as numbers start getting involved, I stop listening. So. I think we're at like 6 minutes. You can tell it is definitely getting thicker. It's not really coming to a boil. Maybe it's not supposed to. I actually reread, and I don't think it says anything about boiling. It says cook, stirring often with spoon, close enough until pudding is noticeably thicker and clings to spoon. So I'll get me a spoon to test it, but we're getting there. And it tastes like hot chocolate. I want mine to be a little bit sweeter. Hopefully I don't regret that. Oh yeah, it's definitely getting thicker now. For the record, I only wash my spoon. Clovis, honey. Go drink. I only washed my spoon because I was filming. If I hadn't been filming, I wouldn't even done that. So, there's that. It's starting to cling for sure. Yep. It needed that extra little bit of sugar. Tasted a little bit. So, I ended up using 2/3 cup sugar instead. It it was a little tart, and you could taste that cocoa a little bit more than I wanted to. The sweetness wasn't peeking through the way I wanted it to, so. Okay, perfect. Alright, so now we're gonna add the vanilla really quickly, which is 1.5 teaspoons. Get this mixed in, and I'm gonna put it to the back here and let it cool down a smidge. And then onto the cake here. I have about, stung in the middle because I got it out too soon. I didn't realize it wasn't done. I have about 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. We're gonna try to even this bad boy out so that they're not all just pulling together, since it did have that little bit of stuff going on with it. Now, we're gonna top that with marshmallows. I would have liked to just cover this completely, but this is all I had. It's gonna pretty much cover it anyways. This is all that we had. I made the brownies with marshmallows on top and the homemade icing. That's what kind of inspired this, with me wanting to try the homemade chocolate pudding. But I was on the phone with Kim when I done it, and I overcooked my frosting a little bit, so it's like brownies with marshmallows topped with fudge. It wasn't bad, a little crumbly. But we're gonna let this set. Actually, I think I'm gonna pop this in the oven. It's off, but I'm gonna pop it in the oven for like 2 or 3 minutes. And I will set a timer, because if not, I will forget it. I'm gonna fill this up with just the pudding and put it in the refrigerator. Lily is my pudding girl. She loves pudding. So I think I'm gonna just put some in the microwave so fill this up here and put this in the fridge so she can just taste it by itself. And it's still super hot, so this is promising. And there you have it, friends. Like I said, this one is absolutely delicious. 10 out of 10. I will be making it again. I'm going to be doing a banana pudding poke cake very soon using a vanilla recipe. So I'll probably share that with you too. But y'all, this is so good. I didn't know how easy homemade pudding was. And I'm so thankful that I stumbled upon a recipe showing me how easy. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. As always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Bye, friends.